Welcome to Antelope Valley High School. Today, Golden League softball action. Quartz Hill, the Royals, versus Antelope Valley, the Lopes. And you're watching it all here on L28. Quartz Hill comes into the game 16-6 overall, 12-0 in conference. They're in first place. Head coach Rob Johnson had his players totally on tap, on time, and doing the things they need to do to win. 12-0, they're actually a half game ahead of Highland High School in the race for first place in the Golden League. Antelope Valley, they're 3-15 overall, 1-10 in conference. They're a half game out of last place, just a half game ahead of Palmdale High School. We'll set the defense for you in a moment as Antelope Valley takes the field. For Quartz Hill, they'll have Emily Cowan, Leanna Medina, and Nina Sepulveda in the first inning. Brooklyn Terpstra will be in the hole if somebody gets aboard. As for the Lopes, in the outfield, Sophie Organista is in left field. Uni Noriega is in center field. Danielle Chacon is in right. Mia Mejia is at third base. Shania Kelly is at shortstop. Dana Acosta is at second base. And April Lambrese is playing first. Bianca Paez is behind the plate. And on the mound, Trinity McIntosh. Trinity gets ready for her first warm-up, and we're getting closer and closer to game time. Beautiful day for softball. It's warm but not super hot. It's windy, just a little. Wind blows left to right, as it usually does here in Lancaster. Our umpires, Jimmy Bascom is behind the plate. Dana Furman will be on the bases. They're off chatting to the left of the catcher as we get closer and closer to the start of our game. Once again, Quartz Hill and Highland are atop of Golden League standings. Lancaster High is in the vicinity at 7-4, but still 3 games behind Highland. Actually 3.5. And of course, AV and Palmdale at the bottom of the standings in the Golden League. Emily Cowan, the lefty, will lead it off for Quartz Hill. And we're just about ready. Medina on deck, Sepulveda in the hole. McIntosh looks in and comes to the plate. Just missed. 1-0. Infield straightaway. Chacon guards the line in right field. McIntosh to the plate. Outside corner, good pitch. Haley Johnson coaching at first base. Rob Johnson at third. Pitch away. Infield, very shallow. You have to be in women's softball. There's only 60 feet between home plate and first base, and the lefty especially can fly down the line. You've got to play in. Pitch sails high. 3-1. Mejia well inside the bag at third. McIntosh to the plate. Grounded slowly. Big hop there. Throws across and not going to get her. Throw is errant. And Cowan takes second base. Once again, Mejia played up. The ball wasn't hit real hard. You'd think she would have had a chance, but she really didn't. That was a base hit all the way. Cowan at second now. Medina, the batter. Whacked foul. Sepulveda waits on deck. McIntosh to the plate. Misses inside. Outfield pinching the lines in left and right. Missed again. Trinity to the plate. Way high. Cowan a third of the way to third base, holds on. You're watching softball action on L28. Grounded to the hole and into left field for a base hit. Cowan's going to come to the plate and she'll score 1-0. Sepulveda steps in. She has 8 home runs, 13 stolen bases, and she hits over 500. Quite a threat. And whacks it to center. In her tracks and unable to get there as it sails over her head in center field is Noriega. That gets 1 run home. Sepulveda to second. Two to nothing here in the top of the first. Way high. Terpster, the batter. Another Royal who's hitting over 500. Antelope Valley versus Quartz Hill. McIntosh in a hole. Wind starting to whip up. Trinity to the plate. Ball 4. Two on, two in, nobody out here in the top of the first. Ramirez the batter. Katrina plays third base, whacks it foul. Layla Perez on deck. Lopes needing out. Everybody aboard so far with the first 4 batters. 2 are in. She was hit by the pitch, and that loads the bases. The infield plays halfway. Force anywhere, if you will. Layla Perez with Janelle Garcia on deck. They're recording an out on first base. Pitch misses. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not. A lot of times you can get called off having left early. Pitch in the dirt. Missed again. Two in, three aboard. Layla Perez plays left field. Actually, only two aboard with Ramirez being called out. And I'm not sure why again. Ball four, they're loaded. Some teams will take an extra out or a gift out to avoid mercy rule killings and the like when a team is overmatched. And it's only 2-0 though, so on paper, AV appears to be a big underdog, but it's only 2-0 at the moment. Good pitch at the letters. Janelle Garcia, the batter. She plays right field. Infield, halfway. Just missed. And another out recorded at first base. Two down, second and third. Pitch away. McIntosh to the plate, foul to the screen. Started our crew here. We have a nice safe screen, but boy, that one had something on it. And plus there's a little hole between the wood and the chain link fence. It's too small for the ball to make it through though. McIntosh to the plate, swung on and missed. And that does it. 2 runs across. At the end of a half inning, Royals on top, 2-0.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Spirits up!
We are back at Antelope Valley High School. 2-0, Quartz Hill on top. We'll set the Royal defense for you. Layla Perez is in left field. Riley Christensen is in center. And Janelle Garcia is in right. The infield, Katrina Ramirez is at third base. Nina Sepulveda at short. Leanna Medina at second base. Zoe Hart at first. Behind the plate, Emily Cowan. And on the mound, Kayla Sparks. McIntosh the batter. Noriega and Paez to follow. First pitch, little high. McIntosh, according to Max Preps, has an on-base percentage of 72%. I don't know if that's possible. Awful good if it's true. Pitch low and inside. Kayla Sparks on the mound. Cowan behind the plate. Sparks to the plate. Good pitch. Inside corner at the letters. Wind whipping up just a little bit. 2-0 here. Bottom of the first. Sparks to the plate. Towering pop fly. Should be playable, fighting the sunshine and making the catch is Sparks. A routine pop fly that isn't very routine at all with the wind and the sun. And usually I don't think your pitcher can have sunglasses. I don't think they can by rule. And boy, she could have used a pair on that play. One down. Uni Noriega steps in. First pitch misses. Outfield straightaway. Sparks looks in, and now to the plate. Swung on and missed. Roland McIntosh coaching first base. Pitch high. Hanrahan coaches third base, as many managers do in softball. Couldn't hold up. Count even is up. Sparks to the plate. Just missed. Infield, halfway. Swung on and missed. Down she goes. Two down in the first. First pitch sails high. Paez the catcher at the plate. Sparks looks in. To the plate. Good pitch. Two nothing, bottom of the first. Lopes and the Royals. Another good pitch. Shania Kelly on deck. Line drive right at the first baseman. Zoe Hart has it, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 1. 2-0. Royals on top.
Thank you for tuning into L28. This week in our city. So Keanu Reeves, if you ever watch this, I love the work you do.
And I'm just a big supporter.
It's Brianna Herrera from L28, and we are here at the annual AV Fair and Alfalfa Festival.
As you can see yourself, it's amazing. I see a lot of kids here with big smile on their face.
So we're ready for game action. So glad you're with us here on L28.
I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with me as much as I did and are looking forward to the next episode of Tiff on the Town.
And this has been
L28 News.
Getting ready to move into the second inning. And there's a reminder here for you. Bring your creative vision to life at the studio at Cedar One. Whether you're filming a YouTube video, recording your podcast, or producing music, the studio at Cedar has everything you need. Check out the studio at Cedar. Riley Christensen will lead it off here for the Royals in the second. McIntosh getting ready to get back to work. Zoe Hart will be on deck, and Kayla Sparks in the hole for the Royals here in the second. Royals got 2 in the first. Cowan and Medina scored. They left runners at second and third, and they'll have at it again here in the second inning. Christensen plays center field. Lopes talk it over on the mound. I did get a clarification from Jimmy Bascom about courtesy outs in an attempt not to run up the score, even though it's only 2-0. Line drive, base hit into right field. Christensen aboard. Hart. And then top of the order with Cowan on deck. Outfield halfway, perhaps at double play depth. Inside. Double plays, of course, are virtually impossible on grounders. Most double plays are a result of line drive flies that are caught and double up the runner that takes too much of a lead. Christensen getting ready to go. Lifted foul. Out of play. At the letters, outside corner. Tough pitch to deal with. Trinity McIntosh on the mound for the Lopes. Hit to center. Making the catch in her tracks. Never moved at all and didn't have to. Uni Noriega. Cowan the batter. Singled and scored a run in the first. McIntosh to the plate. Misses away. Runner's going. Cowan easily steals second. Cowan is quick. She beat out the grounder to third. And the third baseman was not playing deep at all, but could not get her. Pitch low and away. Medina on deck. Women's softball from Antelope Valley High School. Got the corner. Trinity to the plate. Sails high and Cowan takes third. Rounded by the third baseman and into left field. Christensen scores. I had said Cowan, but Christensen was the runner at third base, and she comes home on the single. Cowan with another single at first base now. Medina steps in. Three to nothing now. Royals on top. High and away. Outfield. Pinching the lines in left and right. Straightaway in center is Noriega. Well positioned for that fly out. McIntosh has it fouled off to the right. McIntosh to the plate. High and away. Runners going. Cowan steals second. I gave her credit for Christensen's steal easier. Ground ball to the hole. Into left field. Base hit. Cowan's going to come home. The ball gets by the left fielder. Heading to third, standing up.
Joe, can you get to third, please? Great. Stay right there. On you, Joe.
Medina at third base. Sepulveda will be the batter. Call it a double and an error. Pitch in the dirt. We're in the second, 4-0. Royals on top. Hit the left and pretty deep. This ball's got some distance, and it's out of here. She got it. Sepulveda hits her 9th home run. 4 runs across now for the Royals here in the second. That makes it 6-0. Terpstra, the batter, she walked in the first. Sepulveda got all of that one. Pitch away. Line drive up the alley. There should be extra bases. Terpstra into second base. Six to nothing here in the top of the second. Ramirez hits it to left center. That's actually right center. She'll take 2. Another run across. Terpstra with the 5th run of the inning. I wouldn't be surprised if we had some courtesy outs coming pretty soon. And there's the first one. 1 down. Two away. Perez the batter. McIntosh to the plate, sails it high. Pop foul. Just behind us. Garcia on deck. Little high. Trinity looks in. And to the plate again. Fouled at the plate, and they got a piece of Layla. Ouch. Not sure if it was her shin or her foot. Ball took a bite out of her.
What's up, guys? Sorry.
Trying to walk it off, but there's still an ouch there. While they take care of her, we're going to take a brief commercial timeout.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!
We are back. Perez has kind of walked it off. She's still a little pain, but she's going to bat. Trinity McIntosh to the plate. In the dirt. Count runs full. Perez wanted the walk, and I don't blame her. She earned it after getting hit on that pitch, but it's only 3-2. Count is full. Layla Perez. Aboard in the first, now here in the second. Ground ball into left field, base hit. She earned that one. Garcia, the batter, she struck out in the first. McIntosh throws it behind the batter. And Perez slowly runs to second base. She still has a little bit of the impact of that hit. Not sure if it got her on the shin or the foot. She's at second base. Change-up sails high. Seven to nothing here in the second. High and away. Perez looked like she was about to try to steal third, and she had pep in her step, so I think she's probably gotten over that ouch. McIntosh to the plate. In the dirt. Perez takes third. It was actually ball 4. So Christensen steps in. Riley singled and has another one into center field. Zoe Hart, the batter. And we've got an out. That's going to retire the side. Six runs across for Quartz Hill at the end of 1.5, 8-0.
Thank you for tuning into L28. This week in our city. So Keanu Reeves, if you ever watch this, I love the work you do.
And I'm just a big supporter of it.
It's Brianna Herrera from L28, and we are here at the annual AV Fair and Alfalfa Festival.
As you can see yourself, it's amazing. I see a lot of kids here with big smile on their face.
So we're ready for game action. So glad you're with us here on L28.
I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with me as much as I did and are looking forward to the next episode of Tiff on the Town.
And this has been
L28 News.
We go to the bottom of the second, 8-0, Quartz Hill on top. Lopes trying to get on the board here. This reminder, if you want to join us as a recreational program leader and be a role model for our youth. In this role, you'll open and close athletic facilities, set up leagues and events, scorekeep games, maintain fields, strong leadership skills, knowledge of sports rules, and flexible availability, including nights and weekends, are essential. Apply by May 6th. Time is starting to run out. Apply at cityoflancastercalifornia.gov/jobs. That is, of course, cityoflancastercalifornia.gov. Be a rec leader. Check it out. We go to the bottom of the second. First pitch fouled at the plate. There's that ongoing battle of whether a ball that hits the plate is a fair ball. I think if it hits the plate, it's actually foul, which is kind of funny because the plate you'd think would be in bounds, but call it a strike. And second pitch is a strike as well. Kayla Sparks on the mound. Missed with that one. Shania Kelly, the batter. She's the shortstop. Outfield straightaway. Swung on and missed. Down she goes. Mia Mejia, the batter. Kayla to the plate and gets a strike. Mejia, the third baseman. Little dunker to left, moving back and over to make the catch is Layla Perez. 2 down. Acosta, the batter. Dana, the second baseman. One and 0. Kayla to the plate and gets a strike. Count even 1-1. Two out, nobody on. Just missed. Once again, Ramirez at third, Sepulveda at short, Medina at second, and Zoe Hart at first. Acosta waits. Down the right field line, just foul beyond the first baseman, almost to the outfield grass. Ambra's on deck. Right back to the pitcher. Just misses. Close play at first base. Lopes have a runner. Amber is the lefty. Fouls it off. We've got the trusty AV High School canopy, which survived last week during the baseball game, but it's always a challenge with this wind. Holding its own here in the bottom of the second. Sparks to the plate. Ground ball to second. Should be playable. Throws over to first, and that'll retire the side. That does it. The Lopes do get their first base runner. At the end of 2, 8-0, Royals on top of the Lopes.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!
Back to the action at Antelope Valley High School. Royals and the Lopes. You're watching it on L28. Our crew of Chris Saunders, Joe Leo, Ryan Michelle, Angel Stephenson, and Tiffany Glover doing their best. They have a tough act to follow, though. They had a squirrel story last week right here, and we'll see if we can have something quite as eventful right now on the field. Lopes are trailing 8-0. McIntosh back to work. Zoe Hart will lead it off for the Royals. Followed by Cowan, Spot, and Medina. We might have some pinch hitters as the game goes on. We'll try to send them your way. Cowan has got her helmet up, so she will bat second. McIntosh almost ready. Breeze a little unpredictable. Sometimes it whips up. It hasn't been a huge factor so far. I mean, it is blowing. But nobody's missed a fly ball yet because of it. Sparks had to fight off the wind and the sun on one play, but she made the play. We go to the top of the third. Hart, Cowan, and Medina. McIntosh back to work. To the plate. Going inside. Hart flew out to center. In the second. High and away. Trinity to the plate. Out of play on the right. Two balls, one strike. At the letters, good pitch. McIntosh again. Line to right. Base hit. And by the right fielder. Chacon couldn't handle it. Hart motors into second. Cowan, the batter, she singled twice. Little nubber. Fair ball. And everybody's safe. Third single for Cowan. Hart takes third. Medina steps in. She singled and doubled, lifts it foul and out of play. Mejia up at third. Lifted in the air to center. Looks playable. And she can't handle it, though. Noriega couldn't bring it in. Runners at second and third. Hart scores. Runners at second and third. And look out, Sepulveda, the batter. She's got the big stick. Takes it high. McIntosh to the plate. At the letters, good pitch. Trinity to the plate. Two and one now. Fouled off. AV will play Knight High School on Thursday. Quartz Hill will be at Highland in the game for first place. Pitch away. Here comes the payoff pitch. Hit to center. Should be playable. No, it's going to be right in front of the center fielder. Dunked in front for a single. First and third, another run scores. Sepulveda, of course, had that booming home run and then has kind of a dunker to center. Cowan scores. And a courtesy out at third. Medina retires. Pitch was a strike. Sepulveda steals second. And another courtesy out. Terpstra the batter. She walked and doubled. It's at the center, well hit. And over the head of the center fielder and over the fence. She got it all. Noriega looked like she might be able to get it. She jumped up a little bit, but it was out of here. Another home run. Second home run of the game for the Royals. That makes it 11-0. Ramirez the batter, Katrina. Doubled her last time out. Line drive off the second baseman.
Good work.
A shot. Acosta couldn't handle it.
On your end. Yeah, almost. Just put in effort. That's what matters. Back to A.
Perez the batter. She singled in her last at-bat. McIntosh to the plate. Misses inside.
Are you ready? Back to A.
We're in the top of the third. Lopes and the Royals. Pitch high and away.
Thank you so much.
Cooling down just a little bit more now. Started pretty hot. Now it's pretty nice for softball. Line drive into right field. Runners hold at first and second.
Joe, coming to you. On your right.
Garcia, the batter.
Back to A.
1-0. Garcia walked in her last at-bat. Dunker into left field for a base hit. Runners will all move up.
On your right.
Christensen the batter. And a courtesy out. That retires the side here in the top of the third. 3 runs across. That makes it 11-0. Royals on top. We'll be back with more action after this commercial timeout.
And one commercial.
Thank you for tuning into L28. This week in our city. So Keanu Reeves, if you ever watch this, I love the work you do.
And I'm just a big supporter.
It's Brianna Herrera from L28, and we are here at the annual AV Fair and Alfalfa Festival.
As you can see yourself, it's amazing. I see a lot of kids here with big smile on their face.
So we're ready for game action. So glad you're with us here on L28.
I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with me as much as I did and are looking forward to the next episode of Tiff on the Town.
And this has been
L28 News.
We are getting ready for the bottom of the third. Lope's going to try to get on the board here. First pitch, grounded, just foul. Organista the batter. Chacon on deck, and McIntosh in the hole. Swung on and missed. Sparks to the plate, grounded to short. Should be close at first. Nice play, short to first. Sepulveda to handle it nicely. One down. Chacon takes a strike. Sparks to the plate and swung on and missed. Got a clarification from the umpire. It's actually a violation of the look back rule. Pitch in the dirt. Danielle Chacon playing right field. Sparks to the plate. Swung on and missed. Down she goes. If I've scored this right, I have 11-0. I'm checking with our producer. 2 in the second, 6. Actually, 2 in the first, 6 in the second, and 3 in the third. Lopes now trying for another base runner. Sparks to McIntosh. High and inside. Trinity popped up her first at-bat. Fouled at the plate. Sparks to the plate, swung on and missed, and down she goes. That will do it in the third. 3 up, 3 down. Score remains 11-0. Lopes trailing the Royals.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!
Getting ready for the 4th inning now. Wind is whipping up here. We're doing some adjustments here in the press box as the wind continues to blow. Our ever hard-working crew doing their best to make things work here in the press box. We're going to have a new pitcher now. For the Lopes. Mejia is the pitcher. Mejia starts it off. Rounded to the hole. It's short. Backhanded there nicely. The throw across. Too high, runner aboard, and flying into second base. Mia Mejia comes from third base to the mound. At the letters for a strike. And to the plate again. Cue ball foul. Zoe Hart, the batter. We're in the fourth. 11-0. Lopes trail the Royals. Fouled away.
That's nice.
Pitch high. Mia Mejia. In the air. All the way to the wall. They're going to hold the runner at third base. Second and third, nobody out. We're in the fourth. Grounded foul. Kelly is now at third. And McIntosh, who made that fine backhand attempt, is at short. Mejia to the plate. Oh. Holds up as we have a violation of the look-back rule. That's the first out of the inning. Line drive, base hit into right field. That scores another run and goes all the way to the wall. Cowan at second. And a look-back violation. That's the second out. Mejia to the plate. At the letters. Medina, the batter, she's been on all 3 times. Just foul. The end of the plate. Too high. Kelly totally guarding the line at third base. Hit by the pitch. Sepulveda, the batter, booming home run. Don't forget to stand by for the postgame show. Our own Angel Stephenson will have an interview with the winning coach and the player of the game. Sparks is in the on-deck circle. Grounded foul outside of third. She'll be batting in Terpstra's place if she makes it up this inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 run across. 12-0 in the top of the 4th. Fouled away. Mejia back to work. Sails it high. Quartz trying to move to 13-0 in conference. And they'll play for the championship. Either a tie if they lose or an outright win. Way out in front of it. It's strike 3. Sepulveda way out in front of it. Strikes out but takes first base. Fouled off. Kayla Sparks, the pitcher, wants her chance to bat, and she got it here. Mejia to the plate. Out in front of it. Oh, she pulled the string. Mejia with the changeup. Just missed. Straightaway in center, pinching the lines. Line drive into left field, base hit. 1 run will score for sure. Now maybe 2. Sparks motors into second. Oh, they hold the runner. Sepulveda goes back to third. Sparks hit it well. First pitch. Ramirez the batter. Mejia to the plate. Courtesy out. Sparks off the bag early, and that'll do it here. 2 runs across in the top of the 4th.
Thank you for tuning into L28, This Week in Our City. So Keanu Reeves, if you ever watch this, I love the work you do.
And I'm just a big supporter of it.
It's Brianna Herrera from L28, and we are here at the annual AV Fair and Alfalfa Festival.
As you can see yourself, it's amazing. I see a lot of kids here with big smile on their face.
So we're ready for game action. So glad you're with us here on L28.
I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with me as much as I did and are looking forward to the next episode of TIFF on the Town.
And this has been
L28 News.
We go to the bottom of the 4th. 13-0. Lopes trailing the Royals. Uni Noriega will lead it off here in the bottom of the 4th. Paez and Kelly to follow. Kayla Sparks back to work. Swung on a miss. Good fastball. Sparks was fooled badly on a couple pitches, but boy, she roped one down the left field line. Still throwing hard. To the plate. In the dirt. Noriega struck out her first at bat. Count even now. Uni Noriega. She's the center fielder. She's had some action out there in center. Lots of fly balls and a couple home runs. Swung on a miss, and down she goes. Fifth strikeout for Sparks. Paez the batter. Ground ball, just foul. Sparks to the plate. Good fastball. Hard to deal with a high, hard one. Kayla to the plate. 1-1. Wind blowing. Lope's trying to get a base runner or two. Another strikeout. Kelly, the batter. Shania started at shortstop. Now she's playing third base. Swung on a miss. Good fastball. Sparks appears to be throwing better now. Not that she wasn't throwing good to begin with, but she really is throwing even better here. Count even. In the fourth.
Okay.
Hit to left and going to fall in for a base hit. Clean single. Mejia will be the batter. First hit for the Lopes. Actually, that's the second hit. Acosta, I do believe, got a single in the second, so that's the second hit. Pitch is high. Infield halfway. Good fastball at the letters. Kayla to the plate. At the letters, outside corner. Count runs full. Take that back. Count is even at 2-2. And down she goes. Another strikeout. Sparks with 3 strikeouts here in the fourth. No runs scored. At the end of 4, 13-0. Quartz Hill on top.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.
Let's hear it, Spirit Zone!
We go to the fifth, 13-0. Lopes trail the Royals. Mejia back to work.
Ryan, can you get the picture?
I believe Ramirez is due up first. Ramirez, Perez, and Garcia.
Yeah, that's the best thing done.
Mejia in her second inning of work. Just about ready to go. This reminder, don't forget, it's almost that time of the year again. Poppies bloom as we celebrate the California Poppy Festival at our fairgrounds. It's going to be blooming with food vendors, carnival games, thrilling rides, and more. April 25th through the 27th. That's coming up. Get your tickets now on cityoflancastercalifornia.gov. We go to the fifth. Ramirez the batter. Mejia to the plate. Way high. Outfield pinching the lines in left and right. Center fielder straightaway. Grounded foul. Mejia to the plate. Hard grounder. Actually,
Go ahead.
taken off the ground. She got it on the fly. It did not bounce.
So on you.
Nice play by McIntosh at shortstop.
Take me off the mound. Look at me now. On you, Ryan. Okay.
One down. Mejia to the plate. Lifted.
Come on, outfield.
Could be a problem. It's into left center for at least one. And holding with a very long single is Layla Perez.
Back to you, Joe.
And on you, Ryan. Okay.
First pitch, low. We have a pinch hitter. It's Julissa Lopez is now batting for Quartz Hill. One on, nobody out. Swung on and missed. Out in front of it. Lopez has a look at the third base coach. Makes ready. Line drive. Clean single into center field. Nice pinch hit.
On you, Joe. On you, Ryan.
2 on, 1 out. Christensen, the batter, takes a strike. I think she was fooled on it. It was right down the pipe, but it was very slow. Riley has 3 singles, has scored twice, 2 of the 13 runs. Lopez in the dugout with, I think, another courtesy out.
Yes.
That makes 2 down. Fouled away. Zoe Hart escapes. But he, after a long look, lifted, foul, and off the top of the dugout with a loud bang. Riley Christensen. 1-2 pitch. Sails high. Kelly takes no chances at third base. She's right on the line. Ball 4, McIntosh is at short. Zoe Hart, the batter. And we've got another violation of the look-back rule, courtesy out. And that retires the side here in the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 13-0, Royals on top of the Lopes.
Thank you for tuning into L28, This Week in Our City. So Keanu Reeves, if you ever watch this, I love the work you do.
And I'm just a big supporter of it.
It's Brianna Herrera from L28, and we are here at the annual AV Fair and Alfalfa Festival.
As you can see yourself, it's amazing. I see a lot of kids here with big smile on their face.
So we're ready for game action. So glad you're with us here on L28.
I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with me as much as I did and are looking forward to the next episode of Tiff on the Town.
And this has been
L28 News.
We are getting ready for the bottom of the 5th. This might be it. The runs ahead rule might come into play, also known as the mercy rule. Technically, it's the runs ahead rule, and right now, the Royals are plenty of runs ahead. It's 13-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. I think we have another pitcher for the Royals. Christensen, who just batted, is going to be the pitcher. She's had her warm-up pitches and is ready. Sparks pitched well. Acosta Ambrose and Organista will be up. Trying to get a few runners and maybe a run or two. Trying to avoid the shutout. Outside corner at the letters. Good pitch. Outfield straightaway and shallow. Infield halfway. In the dirt. Missed again. Riley Christensen just misses. 3-1. We'll see if there's a take sign or if they let her rip. Right down the pipe. Count runs full. Christensen to the plate. Missed. We've got a base runner, I believe. That should be ball 4. Amber is the batter. First pitch right there. April's sister here watching the game in left field. A little bit low. Swung on and missed. Christensen looks in, smiles, has a sign, and comes to the plate. Way high. Ambrose fields left, bats left. Chokes up on the bat. Just missed. Count runs full. 1 on, nobody out. Christensen to the plate. Got her looking, outside corner at the knees.
On your end.
That's the 8th strikeout recorded by Royal pitchers. Organista the batter. Grounded back to the pitcher. She knocks it down, throws to first, and gets her at first. Good recovery for the second out.
I was about to be so excited for that. Yes.
Chacon the batter. McIntosh on deck. Lopes could be down to their final out. First pitch high and away.
On your end.
Lopes have a runner in scoring position. Outfield, though, plays very shallow. In the dirt. That helps a little bit.
I know.
Acosta to third base. So any type of a base hit will give the Lopes their first run. Hitter. Ouch, ouch. First and third now with 2 outs. McIntosh the batter, and she can hit. McIntosh popped up and struck out. We're going to have a pinch runner. Chacon feeling the effects of the hit batter. McIntosh waiting. She was right in the box waiting to go. She wants to hit. Lopes trying for at least a run. McIntosh waits. The pitch. Too low. Noriega on deck. Lopes up 13-0. I should say Lopes down 13-0. Ground ball to third. Throws across and gets her. Lopes are denied trying to get a run here in the fifth. Nice play by the third baseman. And I think that's going to do it. No runs.
Does that count? I don't think that counts. It doesn't count. Because the runner on first, the girl that...
McIntosh got good wood on the ball, but third baseman took care of it nicely, threw across and got her. And that's game. Final score 13-0. Royals advance to 13-0 now in conference. Quartz Hill falls now to 1-11 in conference. This reminder, Quartz Hill is going to be battling against Highland for the championship. If Quartz Hill wins, they'll be the outright champion. If they lose, they'll be tied for first. Angel Stephenson right now is setting up to do her post-game interview. Once again, the final score was 13-0. Royals on top. Special thanks to our crew. Once again, Chris Saunders, Joe Leo, Ryan Michelle, Tiffany Glover, and of course, Angel Stephenson is getting ready for a post-game interview. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Larry Wolf. You've watched the action right here on L28. We'll be back with a post-game interview after this extended timeout.
Hello to our viewers. We are here with Quartz Hill's player of the game, pitcher Kayla, and also head coach, Coach Johnson. Coach, what was your mindset going into the game today?
Mindset is we've been a little beat up. We had a lot of games the past couple weeks. Last week we had a doubleheader and we had 3 games during the week. So our girls are beat up. So I said, just come in here. You know, we're beat up. We got to have some fun and try to relax and do what we can. We brought up Kayla from JV because we had some injuries, and I told her, I said, hey, I want you to go out there and throw strikes, and that's exactly what she did. She did a great job today. I'm proud of her.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what was one of the most impressive plays that you had of the game, would you say?
Impressed. I was impressed with Kayla when she was struggling with her curveball, and I told her to make a couple adjustments, follow through, get it all the way across the body, and she made those adjustments, and it really impressed me, and I was very happy with that.
Well, congratulations on the W, Coach. Kayla, you came up from JV. You're only a freshman. What does it mean for you to represent not only yourself but your team in such a positive light?
Honestly, I don't. I'm really bad at it. It means a lot to me because it makes me feel really good, especially to be brought up from JV. It really means a lot.
And again, you're only a freshman. You make it look so easy when you're on the mound pitching. I'm sure it's not. What's going through your head as you're throwing those strikes?
Honestly, I'm just really trying to focus on working on my spins and like staying through and finishing my pitches. I'm not trying to focus too much.
Well, congratulations again on the W, you guys. We really appreciate the time you take to do this interview as well. Thank you.
We got a big game on Thursday versus Highland, so we're looking forward to that game. We got to practice tomorrow. We're going to work hard, and we'll be ready for it for the championship.
Well, good luck, Coach. Thank you again, Kayla. Enjoy the rest of the season, and good luck on Thursday. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in to this live stream of L28 Sports. Keep it locked in by subscribing to the City of Lancaster's YouTube at City of Lancaster. Click that bell icon and receive a notification whenever a new live stream begins. This is Angel Stephenson. Stay warm, stay cool, stay hydrated. We'll see you next time.
You're watching L28.
You're watching L28 Sports.